Hello guys! Today I'm gonna show you the pros and cons of the 4 lightness skills in Where Winds Meet. The first skill is the 1,000-mile flight, second is the meteor flight, third is the fan glider, and lastly, the wind rider. For simplicity, I'm just gonna call them sword skill, spear skill, fan skill, and wind skill. So the video is gonna split into 3 categories. We have the distance category, where I show which lightness skill goes further. The combat category will explain which lightness skill is better for execution combat. And lastly is the verticality, where I explain which lightness skill goes further up. So, for the distance category, let's start with sword. Now spear. Next is the fan. And lastly, wind. As we can see, sword and spear are on par with its distance. The fan is by far the shortest distance, while the wind is the farthest. In terms of speed, wind is still faster than the rest of the lightness skills, and next to it is spear, then fan, and lastly is the sword. Now, let's go on the combat category. For the sword, it is very easy to use, since it moves you further, rather than straight up. As you can see, executing enemies are quite easy, and it's very consistent, and gives you a lot of airtime to glide. On the spear skill, I would say this is not ideal for combat execution. As you can see, there is not a lot of horizontal movement, and the airtime is not that good. It's basically ass. As for the fan, I like how it moves you horizontally, but not that much. And it's quite inconsistent to use, but at least it's usable compared to spear. Lastly, for the wind skill, I really like how it pushed you really far up. But the cons is that there's little horizontal movement on the initial jump. But since it has a lot of airtime, I would consider it good but not as fluid as the sword skill. In terms of ranking, I would say the sword is great for executing enemies, since it pushed you more horizontally and vertically. And I really like the sword on how smooth the flow of combat are when using. The next is the wind, since it has that high vertical jump and long airtime. The issue is that the combat is quite floaty, since you need to glide for distance. Next is the fan, but I think it's also good, but when using it, there is not a lot of airtime and not a lot of verticality. And lastly, spear. It's not good at all. No airtime, no verticality, no horizontal movements, no bitches. For our last category, the vertical category, where we test how high a lightness skill can go, mainly in the second charge of lightness skill. For the sword charge, since it moves you forward, I have to adjust my placement a little, but it moves quite high as we can see. On the other hand, the spear has the highest verticality so far, and as we can see, it even goes past this tall building. Now for the fan, it has a lot of horizontal movements in the first to charge and not a lot of height, as we can see. For our last test, the wind skill shows the same result as the spear skill, where it goes past above the building. So based on this comparison, I think spear has more height than wind, but can't say for sure about that. Still, the spear has no bit. In conclusion, for exploration, I think wind skill or the wind rider lightness skill is best for distance exploration, while sword skill or the 1,000-mile flight skill is great for combat air execution, while for vertical traversal will be spear or so-called meteor flight or the wind rider. As of now, there is little vertical traversal at the moment, so you do you. For your information, you can use what lightness skill you want to use, and this video is only the data that shows which skills do better in certain scenarios. You are free to use whatever you want. I am just here to show the data that I collected. And if you like this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It helps my small channel to get monetized. Let's hit that 1K subs, guys. See you.